come into the country and marry the first man they see just for a green card. I don't trust her.
You don't trust anyone that's not African American.
I can't live like that, and I don't want you to live like that either.
Honey, I can. I can deal with all of it. Because of everything.
Hey guys, this is Lavida girl coming to you again from Vegas, and if you see, I have people here today because we are talking about our feature film Stay. Yes, you are going to get the scoop today because Stay, as you know, is going out. It's being distributed by Roku on an independent channel called the Iconic Creators Network. But before we start, I need to introduce my panel. So I'm going to start from this side. Just please state your name and tell everyone how you were involved in Stay.
I'm Peter Flemings, but a lot of people call me Angel P. I was involved in it with the song Let Go, Let God, and actually got to play a part in the movie, so that was a blessing. I still thank you guys for that. And hey, I'm here.
Yay!
I'm just happy to be here.
And this is his son. He's just sitting in as a special guest today. So Pete actually did the original soundtrack for Stay called Let Go, Let God. This dude here is super talented, guys. We were just so honored to have worked with him and to have that movie, the song featured in the movie. And of course, you know, my name is Helen, Lavida girl. And here is my main man, Niels. Tell us what you did in the movie.
So in the movie, I play Tony Cross. I play the main character, / love interest of Ayi's Nigerian character, who is played by the awesome Helen Alabi Williams. And I've also did the editing for the movie. We did a lot of work putting into it.
He was wearing a lot of hats. He produced, he wrote, he acted, he also did the editing. So kudos to this man here.
The entire post-production.
Yes, he did the entire post-production, and he also assisted with the music score. But I will let that gentleman over there, I think you guys have met him in one of my videos, the fashion show. That's my nephew Jesse. So Jesse, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, my name is Jesse Otta. I was the sound engineer sound guy.
He was a boom boy.
Yeah, so my job was just to try and make sure we captured the sound, both ambient and vocals, all kinds of stuff. I believe worked on a couple of tracks that was it featured in the film?
Yes, we featured one of his songs.
The end credit.
The end credit song called Grace and Mercy was actually scored by Jesse. He created those beats. That's the beats man, guys. That's who you should go to. We're gonna leave links for these people on the comments so that you guys can definitely reach out, because these guys are so talented. So yes, back to Stay. Yay! So as you all know, it's Niels and I's first feature film on our company 1121 Entertainment, and we finally got a release date, which is the 3rd of April on Roku, on Iconic Creative Network. Please tune in and watch, because we are super excited to show the world this story. It's our first story, but it's also a big one. Niels, I'm going to let you take the floor because you wrote this award-winning scriptwriter. Okay, so Niels will tell you more about how we started the conception of Stay.
Yeah, so the idea behind it, I'll give you a little nugget of the story, the background.
Don't tell them too much. We want them to watch the movie.
Okay, not too much, but at first when we came up with the idea, of course we wanted to write it around me and Helen, how we met and how we fell in love, but of course we had to embellish, not that our life is boring, but we gotta add a little finesse
Make it colorful.
Yeah, add some finesse to the mix
Add
of
some
it.
Hollywood.
Yeah, some Hollywood. Yeah, so we did that, and when we came up with the concept, initially we wanted to call it Sunrise Mountain. That was the first title to the story. If you guys remember looking at the script for the first time. Yeah, it was called Sunrise Mountain. And the way we came up with that idea, you may see this in the film without giving away too much of the story. So I've actually took her, and you've seen it in the last episode on our first date. I took her to that mountaintop in Sunrise Mountain close to my parents' house, which is called Sunrise Mountain up there, which is quite the title of the movie.
So we kind of like based the working title on our first date because of, if you haven't watched my last episode or my last 2 episodes, go watch it so you can understand what we're talking about the first date. Because it talked about our first date and how he took me to this mountain, which I didn't know then he was taking me to the mountain. I'm not giving away too much. Watch the episode. Okay. So yes, so that was how the title came about. Can you just tell them a little bit about the characters that we wanted to be in the movie in the beginning? We wanted Jinx's character to be played by Precious.
Oh, yeah. So initially with how the characters were written, we had the idea to try to get as close as possible to what happened in real life. So we initially had her friend, which would be the cousin in the movie, and it was a female. So now what you see now is a male cousin, but it was initially going to be a female. So you guys would have seen a woman there first to play that character. And we did write it around the situation. There was some situations that prevent us to be able to maintain that character. So then we had to write around that. And that's where the character Keisha comes into play. So you may hear that throughout the film. You're like, who is this Keisha?
Who is Keisha?
And where is Keisha? Why don't we see her?
Right.
And that is something you guys find out here. Is that's where Keisha came from. She was the original character.
That played my cousin.
The original cousin.
And we do have scoops for you today because we have a video that we shot of Keisha before we had to like embellish and change the story to Jinx's character. And we're going to play that for you shortly, so just stay tuned. Come. Cut. Okay. Welcome back. So yes, that was Keisha before we changed that character to Chidi.
Chidi, yeah.
We changed the character Keisha to Chidi because for some reason, you know how they say in Hollywood, the show must go on.
That's right.
So if something doesn't work, you tweak it, cut it off, put something else there, and that's exactly what we did. Jesse, when you first heard that you were going to be the sound man, let me put it that way because you were the sound man, you guys are going to see a clip of Jesse as well doing his thing. So how did you feel? Because guys, this was shot with 0 budget. We literally were doing our day jobs, Nils and I, and throwing money right into this movie. So whatever you see when you watch Stay was just by God's grace. Let me put it that way. God put that movie together for us because it was our first film and we didn't know anything, but we did it to the glory of God. So I'm going to let Jesse tell you guys what he felt or how he prepared for this no strings budget that he had to do as, volunteer to play the sound person.
Yeah, I was actually excited about the opportunity to come join the crew, be part of the cast in this way, especially because years I've been producing music for quite a long time. I felt this was within my wheelhouse. It's part of my strength. I could really contribute to the team and all that. But I was totally unprepared. I had not the slightest clue of what it actually would take to capture sound the way we did. Like, it's not for some scenes, for some shots, you're not as close. It's not a close-up shot, so you can't just hang a mic over everything.
Right.
We had that.
The lapel mics.
Yeah, the lapel mics that were like insanely difficult to work with. Scratches and
The
stacking.
transmission was crazy, guys.
Says everything. Come on, smile. You got to come to America.
I'm really going to miss you.
This is more often you wouldn't have to miss me so much.
Okay. All right, cut.
But we could take this one first, and you tell them we could do that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, since they're already in the car.
You just don't know what goes behind the scene of movies. I doff my hat to everyone out there that makes movies, especially independent filmmakers, because people don't know the struggle we go through to get this movie out there. You know, they just see the end product and some are like, oh, I don't like the story, it's boring, or okay, well, it was okay. You just have to respect and appreciate these people because they put in so much blood, sweat, and tears into this movie. Okay, so I'm going to ask Pete now, when you found out you were going to play the producer in the film, I mean, it was a very short scene, but it was also a very prominent scene. How did you feel? How did you prepare for this role?
Well, I mean, it was kind of natural because I'm already a producer. So, I mean, like Jesse, it kind of took me by storm. But I mean, I just said, okay, let me just sit back and relax and just do what I normally do.
Yes, but I mean,
it came out like that way.
I understand that you're a producer, but then you were like in front of the camera doing what you would usually do. So were you nervous? Like, oh my gosh, I am acting. And once we said action, how did you feel? Did you have to like think of a producer in your head, or were you just like natural, like, okay, I'm just gonna be myself?
Well, I was actually natural because I felt like incredibly relaxed. For some reason, it's just God.
See, guys, we're relaxed. Good producers, and I'm a good director. He was relaxed. Kudos to me.
And when I was a kid, I went to acting school and all that stuff, but I pursued more music when I got older.
You heard it first from Lavida girl. Nobody knew that Pete went to acting school.
Yeah.
We just found that out, guys. So much nuggets that you're going to get from this episode. We're going to take a short break and we're going to show you another clip from the video. And when we come back, we will talk some more. So stay tuned.
No, I've listened to the radio every day and still haven't heard it. So, I looked it up and I was thinking I could show you the Hoover Dam. Just, I read about it, it's not too far of a drive, so maybe we can go this weekend.
Welcome back, guys. It's still Lavida girl, and today we are talking about Stay. We just had Pete drop a scoop here that, you know, he used to be into, I mean, he went to acting class, which we never knew. So next time we're planning nails, we know that we should put Pete somewhere.
Absolutely.
Because, hey, why not, right?
I love it.
Yeah. So we're going to ask him, do you want to follow on your father's footsteps? Do you want to be an actor too? Yeah? You like to act? Why do you like to act?
I like to play drums.
You want to play drums? So do you want to be a producer or you want to be an actor? Or you want to be both?
Both.
over. We already have a superstar in the making, guys. Watch out for this one because he's about to take over. So, yes, we were talking about Stay, the beginning, and how we had to swap characters and stuff like that, all that good stuff. What you all did not know was that we all had to shoot, we also had to swap cars in Stay. Let me tell you what happened. So this one and I got a new job, and of course he had the BMW you saw at the beginning of, stop being embarrassed, at the beginning of the movie. I'm not gonna give away much, but by the time we got to the middle of the shoot, because we just both started new jobs, we couldn't really shoot for a while. One day we're on our way to work, nothing happened, and the next thing we knew, the car was slowing down on the highway. The BMW just packed up on us like this, and that was it. So now we still had to make it through training. We still had to go to work because we didn't want to, like, you know, we were on probation. So we had to get a brand new car, and this one, America, you all know this about credit, didn't have a very good credit score.
Okay.
It has changed since then, okay?
Let's be
But it's the truth.
Like this one. Yeah, not have good credit. I'm like,
It didn't. And I didn't
It
have
happens,
any
yeah.
at all because I just came from Nigeria and all that. So we went to the dealership and we were like, oh, we want to get a Mazda. We wanted, what kind of Mazda was it we wanted in the first?
C5.
It was a C5. We wanted a Mazda CX5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they were like, not with this credit, dude. Not with this credit. So what they do, they brought some used car for us and they were like, this is the one that your credit matches. And guess what it was? A 2008 Audi Roadster. He's gonna put a picture up for you guys to see. But yeah, that was the car we were able to get. And we're like, whoa, continuity. How do we do this? How do we incorporate this car into the movie? Right? Because we were still not done shooting the movie. So without giving too much away, you have to watch to see how we were able to swap from a blue BMW to a convertible Audi TT. I'm not gonna say anymore, but yes, that had to happen. I'm gonna let Neil speak more on the movie. What was your best scene, or let's say the best time that we shot? The best scene that we shot?
Like my favorite? One of my favorites was, I don't know, I like all of them, to be honest. I enjoyed filming all of the scenes. But I think, yeah?
No, not all.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say what I thought my favorite was, or one of my favorites. I would say doing the final thing. I can't go into detail of the end.
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
The final. Was
Yes, my favorite totally is the final scene. You guys have to watch the movie to see what the final scene looks like, but it was super cold that day. That's all I can say. And we had to wake up at 4. Was it like 4:30 or to capture?
Just to capture the essence of the sunrise.
The essence of the sunrise and everything. So watch that movie. The end part was shot at about 5 a.m. to 7:30, 8 a.m. in the morning. That was my favorite scene. My not so favorite scene was when we had to shoot at night. Guys, we didn't even have proper lighting equipment. So we were shooting at night, we were in the car, and we both did not practice our script. True story. I kid you not. So when you see that scene, and it was one of the most pivotal scenes in the movie, we were not prepared.
We were not.
And we didn't have proper lighting. So our DOP, I don't know, he couldn't make it today, King, had to be creative. We had to shoot with the car light on.
Yeah.
Swear. That light you see when you watch the movie, in the car when Anya and Tony Cross were in the car. That was car lights, guys. That's how creative these people were. They
I'm
were.
to pay attention to that one now.
I'm telling
I
you,
didn't know that.
there were scenes that it like
It took some
we
movie
just
magic.
had to be creative to shoot some scenes. But for that one, we shot it with the car light, and these two here were not prepared. And I had a bad cold, so you would hear me sniffing in that movie.
You said that was your least favorite scene, but I thought you would say the one where we had to keep waiting for traffic to run by before we record.
Was
Outside
it
of
when
the office.
Tony Cross?
Dude,
I didn't really think that was such a bad because of the traffic. I kind of was, because I was doing DOP for that scene. So you guys should watch that scene as well, the behavioral health. We couldn't have my DOP guy on set, who's my nephew, of course, and he had something else to do. So I had to be behind the camera to shoot that scene.
Oh, wow.
Right. So, but I wasn't stressed out that day. I was like, in my element. Yeah, but for that car scene, it was like, I couldn't wait for it to be over.
One of the ones that I felt was not my favorite was having to be angry. I can say that much. you'll know when you see that film.
Guys, let me tell you a secret.
I'm sorry.
Inside scoop.
Oh,
When
man.
we were shooting that scene with Tony angry, it was our first day of shoot. So we were blessed to have a lot of people volunteering and helping out. When it got to that point where he had to be mad, this one doesn't know how to be mad.
I know how to be mad.
Yeah, it was his first day of acting, so he needed a bit of prompting. And then the script or the sentences he had to say with him being mad were so long that
I know, and I wrote it, and I'm like, why did I write this so long?
In the name of Black unity, go as far as to say we should go back to our motherlands and understand our roots. But the moment that you have the opportunity to meet a native from that land, you cut.
Why did I write this thing so long?
we had like, how many takes? I think like 32 takes.
32
32 takes.
It really was.
It really was that bad. It came to a point I had to write them out like in bold letters, and I was like,
Yes, that did happen.
that happens.
Just for a record, I don't always need a cue card. I don't want to be that cue card actor. I'm not. So just for the record, for any other producers that's looking for us to put in a movie, I don't need a cue card.
Are you sure?
Just don't make it too long. Don't make the lines too long.
Yeah.
The lines had to be long. I had to remember the entire line.
And he had
And
to be
stay
mad.
mad at the same time. By the take 32, 31, I lost my flame. I lost the anger. I was more exhausted this time.
But yeah, those are scenes, excited, difficult, or whatever scenes from Stay that we are excited to show you guys. And if you have any questions as well, any independent filmmakers out there that have questions for us, we're really happy to help you out. We're happy to give you, clues on how you can make a movie with no budget. And I'm going to let Niels tell you how we came about shooting Stay with no budget. Go on, Niels. Tell them.
So this is how it happens.
Let him explain.
Let me explain. So one day I get a letter in the mail saying that, hey, you may have not gotten your tax return and you're expected to get this amount back. I can't even remember how much it was.
It was like $1,400.
Yeah, like 1,400, yeah. Not 1,400, which still isn't really much to make a movie at all. But even still, we were like, we could do something with this. So when I got the tax return at the time, I was actually literally thinking, and I stayed up all night. Literally, my mind was just working. Like, if we were to make a movie from that money, which movie could we do? Because we have a lot of scripts written already. Like, this is the first one that you've seen that's out there, but it is not the first one we've written. We've written so many, and you'll see them later on. But I was literally trying to think of which ones can we do within this micro mini itty bitty budget that of $1,400. So I was thinking about it, and I thought about Sunrise Mountain, what it was called at the time, now called Stay. And I thought about it, and I really was playing what we would need to shoot that, the people that we could try to get to shoot it, and the fact that we didn't need much location to shoot it. And I was like, we could use that money for this movie. I couldn't wait for her to wake up so I could tell her. I finally told her, and she was excited about it too. So we was like, okay, cool. We told our crew, we told our nephews, like, hey, we're gonna make a movie. Let's do it. We didn't even have a camera yet.
No.
We didn't even have the camera yet. So around that same week, I tried to file to get the return, and then they sent a letter back and say, no, actually, we don't owe you this money, and we've already given it to you, so you don't get any money. So now we're like, oops, we've already told everybody that we're going to start making a movie, and now we put our foot in our mouth, so now we're just going to have to just shell out the money and just make it work. And that's kind of what you just have to do. It was really God that was just saying, you don't need anybody's permission to make a movie.
Right.
And I feel like that's anyone that's watching this that wants to make a movie, wants to be a filmmaker, take that nugget that you just heard now. You don't need permission. Give yourself the permission. God is waiting on you to make the first move, and He will follow you through the rest of the way.
That's right.
That's the truth. And about that same time too, my nephew bought his first camera, which was a Rebel T6. So we were like, okay, can we use your camera? And that was just how, the whole thing came together. It wasn't like we had a camera that we were going to shoot with. And then we show up on set on the first day. And I was shooting at my friend's place. Shout out to China and Patrick. You guys were awesome. They gave us their whole house and they were like, just shoot whatever you want. Mm-hmm. And Patrick already was into filming. He films race cars and commercials and stuff like that. So he had tons of equipment, and he was just like, you can use this, you can use this lens, you can use that. And he was on set helping us with the angles and the lighting and everything like that. So it was just like God really wanted the project to work out. Because from the very first day we had people that were helping us out. So even when we were midway and we were totally tired because we had a personal, struggle that we were going through as well, and we were like discouraged because of that, we still had people that, were encouraging us and asking questions, how can we help? When is this movie gonna, come out? And we had the greatest cast and crew. Shout out to our cast and crew. Guys, you guys were there for us, Anytime we called, they were there. They showed up for schedules, reschedulings. They showed up for voiceovers where we needed voiceovers. These people walked way into the night sometimes. And like I told you, for the last scene, we all had to get up at like 4:30 in the morning. No complaints, guys. None whatsoever. We're just giving God that glory because it was God that wanted us to do it. It wasn't our effort. It was everyone's effort, and God just putting that little sprinkling of, yes, go ahead with it, His grace upon it. So we're just super excited to, introduce Stay to the world. We know that this is just the first step. It's just the beginning. That everybody that was, involved in Stay, by God's grace, we pray that they will move on to do bigger things. But right now, we're going to talk about post-production of Stay. We don't want to dwell too much in the movie because we don't want to give out, too much. We want you guys to still see. So, post-production, I'm going to turn the floor again to Niels because we know he was our post-production guys.
Yeah, I did the whole post-production. Before I do get into that, I do want to give a shout out to James Brooks. He was awesome, a great help and mentor to us with the start of Stay. Before we even started, we found him in the church. By the glory of God, he was able to help us with lighting, with whatever he was like, whatever you need, I got you, I'll help you out, just want to see you guys make it. And it's so awesome to have someone to see potential in you and say, I believe in you, what you're doing, I want to help. You know, we all have to have that.
True.
And I definitely thank James out there if you're watching. Thank you, man. We appreciate you. Thank you for your mentorship.
Scene 18, take 1.
Okay.